Everyone, I'm going to be so real with you today, a butt ugly day, if you will. I'm feeling heinous right now. I swear, I'm breaking out. I'm feeling funky. I look tired. I get the vibe. And so originally I was like, God, I really don't want to film. And then I was like, no, girl, like it's literally not that, it's fine. Like it's literally not that deep. And also I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say that because if I feel off, somebody else may as well. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to put that out there. And if you're having I feel a little fuggo day, it's okay, baby. Sometimes we feel like we're a little fuggo and our brains are being silly to us. So that's what I have to say is my brain's being silly to me and your brain is being silly to you. We are all beautiful, amazing creatures and we're going to get through this. That's not what today's video is about. Today's video is very interesting. We are talking about a alleged scam, a makeup artist class situation. Now I'm a little bit late on the train to this, but I was tagged several times. I did want to talk about it and fill it into and add it into my content for this month because I thought this would be really, really interesting to discuss. So we have a situation where a makeup artist is talking about another makeup artist class and how it's allegedly a scam. It's over $1,000. Apparently it's totally messy. It's unprofessional. And so I want to give my little 2 cents on it. Let's talk about it. Is it a scam? What do I think? What are my thoughts? We'll find out here soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so you'll be notified of every single video I post. And now real quickly, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is also discussing money. I have been on a big financial journey and I just paid off all my debts. However, it doesn't just stop there. And that's why I want to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Monarch Money. So Monarch is an ad-free private personal finance platform that brings all of your accounts onto one specific dashboard so you can see everything in front of you. So a couple reasons why I think Monarch is an absolute amazing platform is one, I think some of us understand the nervousness of looking at our finances because it could be a little bit overwhelming. And if you have multiple accounts, again, it's a lot. Well, if you're a big visual person like me, Monarch Money is a great option to see everything absolutely in front of you. Another example of why I like Monarch Money is it helps guide me towards my goals. So I have new financial goals since I'm debt free. I'm trying to do more things when it comes to emergency savings, investments, and trying to organize all of that. And it's so easy to track my progress. So I know exactly what's going on and how well I'm doing and around when I may hit a certain financial goal that I made for myself. Monarch is really adamant about you're the customer, no ads, no data selling. Your information is very, very secure. They have fast, secure setup with over 13,000 institutions. And like I said, one clean dashboard that shows your net worth, your debt payoff progress, reoccurring payments, and so much more. So you are 100% in the know with your money. So if you guys want to get started, for my viewers, just scan the QR code on the screen or go to the link in the description below and use the code LANTER50 to start your free trial and get 50% off of your first year of total money clarity. Thank you so much to Monarch Money for sponsoring today's video. And now let's get into it. So this is actually a video that was posted up on January 14th by a creator from Dallas named Daisy. So Daisy is a makeup artist here. I see her page on TikTok. She is a local Dallas makeup artist. MUA stands for makeup artist, if you don't know. Also a creator by the name of Elite Glam House. So before we actually get started with reacting, I want to read off the caption just to give you a good backup of what's going on, what's happening, etc. Here to talk about my experience with taking a one-on-one makeup artist class. This was my experience and my opinion. I hope you do your research and form your own opinion. That's a good ass disclaimer. I like that. LA boutique based in San Antonio and Yelp has plenty of other information. The makeup artist, Denoma, should have had correct guidelines for the model, which stated limited phone usage. Very frustrating to experience something like this. We did not go over any social media or posing, which she stated was included in the class as well. Classes are an investment, and I spent time saving for this class and being so excited to learn from an artist I admire for so long. Artists whom decide to teach these courses should properly conduct and prepare these classes. You'd want your artist to leave your class feeling inspired, knowledgeable, and have a great experience overall. Let's get into watching the story.
I got scammed out of $1,250 from a San Antonio makeup artist. Unfortunately, I feel like this is my last resort for awareness, just so other makeup artists don't experience what I experienced. I booked a one-on-one class with Elite Glam House based in San Antonio, Texas. I submitted an inquiry on her website for a one-on-one class back on August 24th of 2025.
Daisy Lopez gives the information, makeup artist class. I want to inquire about pricing and details for a one-on-one makeup artist course. I look forward to hearing from you. So one thing I will say, if you guys do or don't know, makeup artists, a lot of them like to expand their craft if they can. And this is going to really vary, but many people like to take classes. So you know how I talk about certain courses are bullshit and some are like good. I think makeup artist classes are an example of ones that are good, are worth the investment, because a lot of these, well, yes, you can learn some things online. If you're doing like physical one-on-one courses like this, where it's a personal one-on-one training, that could be very, very helpful. Like if you're going to take an art class, right? But it's even better if I'm in person, which is something I really want to do, by the way. I want to take a pottery class sometime. I know I'm going to fuck it up, but it'll be fun. It would be great because having someone that's hands-on that could see physically what you're doing and correct it helps with your learning and progression. So classes like this and courses, I am all for. There's a lot that are bullshit, but I think this makes total sense how someone could go, yes, I see this person's work. I want to go work with them and then get better with my craft. So that's something some people do. Keep that in mind.
And lets me know classes $1,250.
Woo, sorry. Okay, now there are some makeup classes and courses that do charge hefty amounts because some of them are also several hours of work and days. So a price like this would make sense to me personally if this is going to require like a lot of hands-on work, a lot of effort, a lot of support, because you are paying for the makeup artist's time and education and for them to work with you. Like it's not like, again, like an online course where you're able to do it like self-paced. This is taking a lot of time. So it makes sense. I think this is pretty damn pricey. Again, please, if you're a makeup artist, mama, comment in the comment section below. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. If it would be this expensive, if somebody is in high demand also, because that's going to jack up the price. If there's a lot of people that want to be taught by this person, and then additionally, they are like spending a lot of time with you. That's 100% one that makes sense for someone charging like a lot like that. So the email actually says, thank you for contacting me for a 1-day one-on-one makeup artist class. It's $1,250 and it would be a 6-hour class with a gift bag, lunch included. A model can be provided as well if needed. Typically, class goes over a full application in detail, and then you would do the other half of the model's face, very hands-on with information about lighting, posing, social media, client needs, product advice, etc. To book, I ask for $100 deposit, and that will go towards the balance. Please let me know if you have any other questions. So if it's 6 hours and we're gonna do like a 1,200 like divided by 6, that's gonna be $200 an hour. Now, factoring in if you're paying a model, you're also providing additional like products for them. I can fathom how that could potentially be that much.
A 6-hour course with a gift bag and lunch included just includes the information that we would go over in the class. $100 deposit that will go towards the balance. We went back and forth a little bit on the date and book it for January 9th. As you can see here, I paid the deposit and invoice, I think through her website. I'll be in touch closer to the date. Now, I did not receive any form of information besides this email right here. I did not receive a confirmation through her website, through Square, through an invoice, like nothing like that. It was just through this little email thread here. It was about 3 weeks before the class and I still had not received any information.
Okay, so the emails show me that this was the back and forth is from like the 28th to the 31st, and she booked for the 9th of January. So that is a hefty amount of time to be booked out and prepared for this. Keep that in mind because I don't know if that's explicitly stated in this, but there's a lot of time to prepare. So that way the makeup artist who is teaching the said class is ready. That's very good information for later.
They're asking for details. Since I was coming from out of town, I need to plan accordingly. We know that classes are typically from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That she, works from home, that she would send me the confirmation text the day before with her exact address. But she gave me her...
Okay, so now this email says, I was just following up on the details for the class. I'll be coming out of town, so I need to plan accordingly. Then Elite Glam House says, hi Daisy, how are you? Classes are typically from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let me know if that works for you. Also, I am now working from home, so I will send you a confirmation text the day before with my exact address. However, I'm located close to blank. Let me know if you have any other questions. So, all right, here's the thing. A little bit of a red flag here for me. I know some people will work out of their house. I would be a little bit concerned about the fact that their information is not like given. And if you're not comfortable sharing information, then you are going to have to find some way or something that can get around to where you aren't using your like living spaces to do something like this. A red flag that I see with some people who are selling courses or doing like sketchy shit is when they're not able to give you like a solid address and solid details of what's going on and when. For example, when we were doing like the videos about like the veneer techs and whatnot, sometimes it would be like, oh, we're not going to give you the location until you book, and then we'll be able to talk about that later. better. I hate when people do this. I think it's incredibly unprofessional in my opinion. From not being able to clearly say, hey, this is the time, I think needs to be discussed because people are, I'm assuming, taking time off of work. So especially if she's coming out of town, that would make the most sense to be like, hey, it's this and this time. Here's the location. So that way she could get a hotel close. Because here's the thing, if I were to do this, actually, I'm planning on a trip to New York in February. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to Fashion Week. What I am trying to do is I put all the locations that I'm going to probably hit in New York, and I try and find a central location or something as close as I can to majority of the places I want to be to stay at. So that is really, really helpful because it's just easier, right? It saves gas, it saves time, especially considering like traffic. So being considerate of the people that are paying you money and thinking about these details goes a long way. So this is already bothering me.
We know that classes are typically from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., that she, works from home, that she would send me the confirmation text the day before with her exact address, but she gave me
the day before. Okay, this is not very elite glam of you, diva. I'll send you the address before. What kind of, like, this sounds like a secret operation. We're getting our makeup done, babe. As a type A person myself who needs to know what the hell's going on, when, why, how, and I need to know what mystery Moscow tools I'm, packing with me so I'm fully prepared for any situation, including natural disasters. I need to know where the hell I'm going.
Her zip code and area. I live in Dallas, Texas, so I was driving 4.5 hours to get to San Antonio. The day before the class, I still had not received an email of any sorts with any details or confirmation about the class and that it was still happening. So I emailed her at 11:27 that I would like to receive these details as soon as possible.
Oh my God. The email says, following up to receive confirmation for the class tomorrow, I'd like to receive details as soon as possible for it. Also, when is the remaining balance due and what form of payment do you prefer? Hey, business owners, I have to say, now, we are all as collective individuals, if you're going to do things with being an entrepreneur, business owner, etc., you're going to learn some things, right? You're going to mess up. It is what it is. What you do with that mess up, though, is going to frame how you are as a business owner, right? How do you address the problems when they arise? This should not be happening. She should be able to know, where's the address? Where is she sending her money? All right, it's 11:27 a.m. the day before. If you are spending $1,200, the makeup artist that is doing the course should have been on top of it.
And how the remaining balance would be due. She does not respond to my email. We were planning on leaving by 6 p.m. I reached out and I let her know that I wanted to cancel the class because there has been a lack of communication regarding it and I don't feel comfortable driving 4+ hours without proper confirmation and an address of where I'd be going for the class the following morning. I then asked for a refund of the deposit because I've already lost out on clients and my hotel is already non-refundable, which was checking in for that same day. I was not canceling because I just wanted to. It's because she was not communicating with me enough. She responds in less than 15 minutes and says that she was working on clients and she has everything prepared for the class tomorrow and that she had already paid a model. And if I do need to cancel, there'd be a 50% cancellation fee. I'll remind you, the class is $1,250.
Oh, no. The way I would charge back my card so fast. Yeah. Hey, Chase. Yeah. Hey, girl. Love you guys. I have someone who is falling under the category of being a goofy and I need to prevent this charge from kicking through because what do you mean? Oh, well, I'm going to charge you 50%. First of all, I also want to say, was that ever disclosed? If that was never properly disclosed, I think that's insane to suddenly go, oh, well, I'm going to charge you. If no one is prepared for that, that's crazy. Number two, you are not fulfilling your end of the deal. Oh my goodness.
The class is $1,250. There was absolutely no contract in place. I did not sign a contract of any sort. There was no confirmation of any sort that included a cancellation fee. So I'm not really sure where this cancellation fee came from.
Okay, so I just want to make sure to clarify when it comes to what she's talking about contract wise, she is correct in the sense of saying like, oh, I didn't sign anything, so it doesn't count. If they properly disclose it to you beforehand, before you purchase or get it going, then that still could be deemed as like they can require you to pay. But if it has not been mentioned, not been said, nothing is making it clear that, and also you're simply not getting your services fulfilled like they're supposed to, which is fulfilling their end of the quote contract, then again, it's void.
Thank you. I will see you tomorrow. I arrived to her house and I sent her a text message at 9:56, letting her know that I'm outside. At 9:59, as you can see, she says, I apologize. Give me a few minutes. I'll let you know when I come inside. At around 10:14.
around 10 a.m. 1,250 divided by 6 hours, that's like $208 an hour. So you're practically wasting $100 right there because the makeup artist is late.
Her significant other comes outside and lets me know that I can go inside and wait. I asked her how much longer it was going to take. She said about 10 minutes. At this point, I'm really frustrated because how are you that late to the class? 20, I then text Denoma and I ask her how much longer. So 3 minutes later, she says, sorry, you can come in. When I go inside, she tells me, I thought I told you 10:30. She did not. She told me.
The fucking email said 10 a.m. Oh my God. Okay, here's something I have to say. I don't know if I've noticed this before, and this is always such a fascinating thing to me, and I don't know what it is or why. And I really I need to ponder on this later in the shower. What is it with people who get into the entrepreneurial space or are starting a business and they are legitimately successful, but they are awful at it? Oh my God. I've seen people do fake lip filler. I've seen people sell scammy courses, but they're so good at being awful. And I wonder if it's because there's so many people who are people pleasers and feel bad I don't want to speak up, and that probably would make a lot of sense to me. Or they're like, oh, well, it's not that deep, it's fine. I need you to know it is deep. When you're spending your hard-earned money on something and it's not it is that deep, it should be taken into consideration. And the fact that nearly an hour has been wasted by this goofy, are you serious? No makeup is worth this. Literally, I feel so bad. $1,200. You could have paid 50% of a beach vacay with that shit. What? I'm sorry. If my time's wasted, I'm going to be angry. Flat out.
10 a.m. Wait a few minutes for the model to then get there. So the class worked she did half of the model's face completely, and then we'd break for lunch. And I would then work on the model.
You ever ask your clients during a session if they're talking no talking during the brows? Or can you work around it if they're talking?
I'll just work around it. But one thing I can't stand for them. Sorry.
No, I'm listening.
I can't stand for them to be on the phone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because I need you to look up. So one thing when I'm working with a client, I'll pause until they get off the phone.
Really? I'm sorry.
No,
I got ADHD.
Our lunch for the class was a charcuterie board. That was our lunch.
I think this is one of the biggest crimes committed in this here situation. If someone tells me we're gonna have hot dogs, right? Oh, it makes you want a hot dog real bad. Sorry. If I'm informed that we're gonna go and get hot dogs, right? I love hot dogs. And I bite into that hoe and I taste a carrot. Oh my God, you better call the Space Force with the way that I'm gonna lose my mind. If I am told we're gonna get lunch and you give me a grazing platter that should be put into the in San Diego Zoo for the meerkats, I'm gonna be a little pissed off. If you say lunch, I think food is coming, not an appetizer. As a person, I eat a lot. I do. If you don't get me my food after I'm already pissed, you've wasted my time, you're late, and then you pull up with a charcuterie board, which is practically a girl snack for me, I am going to be so pissed.
Diabetic, so I had taken insulin expecting.
Oh my God. Also, can we just say, did the makeup artist even ask about dietary restrictions?
A proper lunch, not what we received. During our lunch, she then starts telling the model about how she was gonna start promoting her Valentine's Day mini shoots. And she then looks at me and tells me that she was working on that the day before, and that's why she did not respond to my email. I'm not really sure why that had anything to do with me, because she should have already sent the details for the class.
Let's do the maths here, guys. September, October, November, December. 4 months. 4 months that you should have been prepared for that. That shit should have been sent out so fast. So that's why I didn't get back to you. You should have had your information sent earlier.
And planned accordingly if she was going to be busy the day before. Then my turn to start working on the model. Majority of the time, her and the model were just talking about random stuff. She was sitting in the back, not really looking at what I was doing. She could really only see from afar, behind my phone, behind her phone, and behind the light. And the model was on her phone majority of the time that I was working on her. Genoma did not once tell her to get off her phone. Mind you, earlier in the class, she said she hates when clients are on their phone. We paid the model. It was her place to tell the model something.
That is very pretty. The preserve?
Yeah.
I saw it. That's really beautiful. That's kind of the aesthetic that I said red berry. But I've also been reading reviews, and a lot of people do not like there was one out.
I don't like because it's cute and everything, But the area that they have, like the house next door to get ready in, is very like.
Oh Lord. Oh, Red Berry Estate looks nice too.
And it's a tiny, tiny little room. Like it's maybe a third of this room.
What the hell?
If that.
This would be nice.
Can't do it. What the heck?
Okay, so fun fact about me. I don't know if y'all know this. When I was in high school, I would do people's makeup, like prom, etc. That was like super fun. So sweet because everyone that I remember working on when I was younger, they never had an issue. And most of the time I didn't even have to ask. I'd be like, hey, like heads up. I don't want to mess anything up. I want to make sure that you look your best. So we're going to have to lock in and we're just going to have to yap. And so that's what we did. We would yap and talk and have fun. So I can't even imagine having to sit there and try and get better at your artistry. And the model is being difficult. That would make it 10. That's like to me, if I want to go do a pottery class and I want to do pottery and the instructor's being an asshole. And then also the little, like, what is it? The spinning table? What is that called, by the way? The little spinning table is just like, whoa, 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 whoa. How can you work in those conditions? Also, if you're an educator, you need to also advocate for your students. I feel so bad for Daisy right now because I understand you don't want to be like, you don't want to upset anyone or bother anyone, but this is like shit service in my opinion.
Sorry,
The shape. Do I like just thicken the side?
Yeah, I would thicken like the front part a little bit and try to maybe create like some hair strokes, like going up a little bit higher.
On the front?
Yeah, on the front part.
Red Berry on a Saturday is $45,000. Yeah, they have got to be shitting me.
It is like really, really nice in there, but I mean that's
Like-
But why is it that they feel like the model and the instructor are like almost talking on their own and like isolating the person who needs to learn? That feels so awkward and inappropriate.
Do they have somewhere to get married and then an actual venue? Like a church, a chapel in a...
I don't think that one has one.
So it's just the reception?
It's just the, yeah. But me personally,
Obviously, they probably give like outsiders like a different price, but they're not going to charge members.
right? Yeah.
No offense. Like, I have like 7
So is
hundred.
these two they use?
So I mainly the second row and the second one, mainly that one.
These? Oh, just this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I like 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are you originally from here or?
No, I'm originally from the Chicago area, like the suburbs.
Oh wow.
And then moved, was there for like 13 years, moved to Dallas, and then went to high school there, and then came to San Antonio College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do so many people from out of town go to UTSA?
They love
I
that.
don't think it's not, at least when I was there, everyone was from Houston or from the Valley. That was it.
What did you graduate in?
Real estate, finance, and development.
Right? Did you bake yet or no?
No. But didn't we use,
Oh, I just one size, yeah. On the rest of the face. But I did that after baking.
oh, gotcha. Like
The perimeter.
my experience in the class was very, very poor. Felt like Denoma really didn't put any thought or effort into this class, and she didn't really respect me or my time there. The entire class, I basically worked off memory, remembered what she was doing. Nothing was really laid out properly.
Working off of memory, the Denoma should have been heavily next to her, pointing things out, watching, asking how she's feeling. Are you doing good? Do you feel comfortable with this? Can you move on to the next step? Because as someone who's like a big visual learner, and sometimes like I will be honest with you, my memory is like the size of a goldfish. Okay, it's really not like truly, it's bad sometimes. So I need like repetition in order to learn a lot. That's why like I always have like a lot of notes on me. Usually I could fly off the dome with this because I'm so used to it, but for new things, I'm not. And it's harder for me. So not only someone telling me and showing me, but then them being there correcting it, because then I'm not going to feel so sure. And that's what's going to lead to her messing up with actually learning, is she's going to feel unsure with this, not know she's doing it right. And then it's hard for her to go, oh, green flag, I'm doing okay. So Denoma should have been right there, because her voice sounds far. That's what pissed me off. Her voice sounds far as hell. So she should have been able to be like, hey, by the way, and speaking, because if she's recording, that means this is going to be safe for the future. So getting her money's worth and saying, this is what you should be doing. That looks really good. Hey, I recommend doing X, Y, and Z. Do you feel okay? Do you have any questions? Taking that initiative as an instructor should be the bare minimum. And for $1,200, yeah, you should be on top of your shit. I'm very upset about this.
I just had to think, okay, I think she used this, and this is the type of brush that she used. So based off of that, she didn't really have any of that organized. Her kit was pretty disorganized and dirty. Felt like she wasn't really helping me. She was just sitting in the back, letting me do my thing and not really guiding me in any way. How the remaining balance works and what form of payment she prefers, because I was trying to get out as soon as possible. My blood sugar's low. I'm starving. I need to get out of that house and get food in my system immediately. I just told her the remaining balance. So I'm getting my stuff and ready to head out. She hands me my gift bag and I head out the door. And as soon as I get in the car, I look in the gift bag and this is what I saw. My gift bag was a Dior lip gloss, 4 brushes, 2 of her lashes that are from her brand. that is what this entire gift bag included. Not provide a proper lunch for us.
So I would like to say the gift bag is not horrendous to me, but for a makeup class, I think it should have been better. I think it should have been more catered to tools that would be more useful to someone to add into their makeup kit. But furthermore, if that, let's say that was going to be the makeup artist bag, that should have been the only thing that I should be bitching about right now. The information, the value that Daisy should have received from this should have been outstanding. She should have left with notes. I mean, honestly, I would even go as far to say as like, I would assume that even some people, like if they have video, even have like written notes of information and like a packet or something that someone can also go through and like reread again, adding to that more like repetitive, like help that can assist in someone growing their skills. This is so disappointing. And again, if you're, in my opinion, as someone who just thinks about makeup and loves makeup, you should consider what they're going to need and big things that are going to help with them and their clients, since the people who are taking this most of the time are going to be makeup artists themselves.
She did not provide a curated gift bag that I feel like she put any thought or effort into. And she really did not care about anything in the class besides getting paid her money. As I left the class, I was honestly very, very frustrated and angry that I spent all this money, all this time and travel into coming here for something that was a huge slap in the face. I sent her an email with my thoughts, experience in her class. January 12th at 12:03 p.m. You can pause and read.
So the email says, "Hi, Denoma. I want to reach out to you and tell you about my experience in your class. I inquired and booked this class back in August 28th, 2025. I never received a formal confirmation from your site nor any communication when you reached out to me, and I had to be the one to constantly reach out and ask for details. I understand that you work from home. I didn't agree with sending me the address the day before the class when you knew I was coming from out of town, but I said okay. I waited 23 hours before the class to email since I had not heard from you. Still no response, which is why I wanted to cancel due to your lack of communication. You responded in less than 15 minutes saying you were working on a shoot and I'd owed 50% of the late cancellation fee since you got everything ready for the class already. I wanted to cancel because of your lack of communication with me, and there was no contract in place or details stating I'd owe 50% of the total for canceling. I show up on time for 10 a.m. You are there 30 minutes late and don't seem to be apologetic and only say, I thought I told you 10:30. I was told lunch and a gift bag were going to be provided. The charcuterie board was inadequate. I would recommend including what type of lunch should be included in the class. As a class from 10 to 5 p.m. with only a charcuterie board to eat, it's inadequate, especially for someone who's diabetic and was expecting a proper lunch. I also don't believe you should include listing a gift bag as part of the class when it's obvious that it was not thoughtfully curated. During my portion of the class, when I was to glam the model was constantly on her phone, and not once did you tell her to get off her phone. Majority of the class was you two chatting about other things not involving makeup when you should have been assisting me. You did not go over any posing or social media as stated in your response to me about what we go over in class. During the class, you stated that you were working on your Valentine's Day shoot promo, which is why you didn't respond to my email or sending me any details for the class. A class that was booked almost 5 months ago, you had plenty of time to send me details if you knew you were going to be busy the day before the class. I'm highly disappointed that the class was extremely unprofessional and you didn't put any thought or effort into a class of that price. I looked up to you for so long, and unfortunately this experience was not worth my money, time, nor travel. I want to say this is phenomenal, and this is a really good way to take notes and also argue your point, especially if someone's going to threaten, quote, legal action, which we're going to talk about here in 1 second. Phenomenal job. This is not wrong. This is a good ass way of laying out why you didn't receive what you paid for, and I'm proud of you.
This artist has, her one-on-one class was absolutely not worth your money. I've yet to get a response from her. She has been active on social media.
Oh my God, the makeup artist to respond? Honestly, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked one bit.
But yeah, I haven't received a response of any sorts. And to let other artists know that you should really do your due diligence and looking up who it is that you are going to be paying all this money to. Just reaching out to other artists that you have seen take a course from them. She is a talented artist. Everything about my interaction with her, communication, teaching, etiquette, no thought or effort was put into this class. I would highly suggest not going to this artist for a class of any sort. If you guys have any questions or want to know anything else, feel free to reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer.
So that was the end of the video. And I just have to say that some people are just not meant to be instructors in courses. And some people think that the next business move with being an individual who provides a service like this is to sell courses or do one-on-ones. Some of y'all are not prepared for that, nor are you considerate enough to do so. Not everyone is meant to do certain jobs, and that is literally okay. She's an incredibly talented makeup artist, but clearly in the instruction area, dog shit. And we need to be self-aware enough to know to not charge for stuff like that when we're just simply not good at it. The comments were calling out a lot of shit. First of all, someone said Elite Glam House, and then someone else said formerly known as La Boutique. Her Yelp reviews all say the same thing. So now I'm wondering, did she change her business name because of the bad reviews? Someone said $1,200 to do a class at someone's house. I'm sorry, girl, that is crazy. Another one said $1,250 to learn how to do makeup. Girl, just watch YouTube videos. It's 2026. Every trick and technique is already there. Here's a comment that I thought was really interesting. It says, Denoma is actually a true artist, but unfortunately she's very unprofessional. I got my brows done with her a few years ago when she was still doing microblading and she was an hour late. Back then her business had another name and the Google reviews were all about clients complaining about her always being late or not showing up at all. She ended up closing that business and now she's named it Elite Glam House. One of my friends booked her for bridal makeup and she was supposed to meet at Denoma's house to get her makeup done for her bridal photo shoot. And it was exactly how it happened with you. She texted Denoma to let her know she was there and she would just make her wait and wait until an hour passed and my friend finally just left. It's unfortunate because she's very talented but not well organized and lazy. She's been late since 2017 and did my microblading and was an hour late there, never returned. So clearly this has not been just like a first time experience. There was a screenshot apparently that was allegedly posted up by the makeup artist. And this commenter says, not her talking about all the claims are false and you came with receipts. Lord, the way I would dispute that with my bank. So this is the screenshot from allegedly the makeup artist in response to the situation. I am aware of the false claims circulating regarding a recent one-on-one class provided. The class was completed in full with a live model hands-on instruction. All services agreed upon were delivered. The video posted has been manipulated and fabricated. I spent 15 years building a trusted name in this industry, working with clients and students who value professionalism and excellence. My reputation is rooted in results, not false online narratives. These false statements are being addressed through the appropriate legal action. I won't be engaging in this matter publicly. My focus remains on the artistry, the work, and the standard my brand is known for. Couple things. I will like to say that as someone who's a seasoned veteran when it comes to people threatening me with legal action for talking about a situation on TikTok, bullshit. A lot of the people that are doing the scamming, doing the inappropriate actions, whatever you'd like to call it, they will run with this concept of I'm going to sue you or threaten legal action. That is a scary word, right? And people will get scared. And that's why I also think some people don't leave reviews or talk because some individuals are bold as hell with immediately making threats. That's why I've been very adamant to show y'all when I get a cease and desist, to talk to you guys about the threats that I get and to show the absolute lack of legal stance that they have, because hopefully it empowers you to go, dang, you're right. What am I doing being so scared? And it's important to take the right stuff seriously. But some of these people throw out the term legal threats or what, they throw that shit around. Giving a review is not illegal, by the way. A brand trying to prevent you from giving an honest review, that can lead into illegal territory, depending on what's happening right now, because you have every right to leave it. By the way, from what I know, and again, I know I'm not a legal professional, but what I saw with Daisy in her video, I don't believe there was anything wrong or illegal in that. She stated her opinions. She encouraged her audience to make their own opinions of their own, which same shit I do. She goes on to discuss her situation. She provides evidence and screenshots and her experience with what she thought. And she said that she wouldn't recommend the class to anyone. That is a pretty fair review. I don't even fathom how there's a lack of evidence to support her claims. And additionally, one thing I want to say is if you are getting your shit aired out like this, the makeup artist should have immediately, the one hosting the class, should have showed evidence to support why the original creator Daisy was wrong. And if she had that, that should have been shown. But this whole, oh, I'm not going to address it, I'm going to handle this legally. Bull shit. If you have evidence, come out right away and say, hey, I've heard, I see you, this is what happened, and I'm going to prove to you how I'm not wrong. I'm sorry, but I just don't see any way that could go or do anything legally, because there's no grounds for defamation. There's no, I can't find anything to support a legal basis or whatever. I haven't seen anything be said, and I would like to say, Daisy, from what I know, girl, you've done nothing wrong. And if you are someone who has been scammed, I think you have every right to dispute claims, depending on what's going on for you, and also to, again, share your review. you. And one thing I want to say is I fully believe any person should have redemption arcs and do better, right? Like there's some brands, for example, that I didn't like for a while that have become better that I'm like, okay, I'm fine with you now. I like you because they take initiative, right? So I'm not fully on board with the idea of like, there's no redemption arc. But it's again, like I said at the beginning of this video, what you do with the information you are given. So if you mess up in business, that may well happen, but what do you do about it to move forward? How do you address it? One of the biggest like downfalls I've seen with some like businesses or ones that I've talked about is the fact that they don't handle controversy well, in the sense of like, let me bother the person that was wrong instead of being like, you know what, I'm upset about this. It's a shitty situation, but I need to handle it as a business owner. Like that's so frequent and it's really sad. Like you should not be thinking that, and it sucks and it's embarrassing, but you should take accountability and like, you know what, I will be better from here on out. And that is impressive. And you know what, I hope that she becomes better. I do. I hope the makeup artist does become better. But unfortunately, if this is a current like ongoing situation that has been happening for quite some time, I don't know if it's going to change then. You know what I mean? And maybe this big controversy will make it happen. But regardless, you are not wrong for leaving a review. You're not wrong if you see that the stuff is not, you know, being fulfilled on their end of the deal when you're paying for it. And additionally, don't get so scared when I'm gonna sue you, girl. Oh my God, the amount of pennies I would have stored up in my damn closet right now for how many people I'm gonna sue you. For what? Hurt feelings? But yeah, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the situation? I found this to be quite interesting and definitely a great story. So Daisy girl, I'm so sorry. You're very talented. Hope you're doing good. That was unfortunate. I would have been livid personally. So you're not wrong in that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out the sponsor in today's video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay warm. A lot of y'all are getting hit by like the Midwest freeze like I am right now. So stay warm, be safe. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.